Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Lizard here with you today to talk about Sister Wives season 18, episode 13. I love it at the beginning where Mary's like, screw him, he's not worth it. And then Christine's ring goes ding, ding, ding as it falls off at the beginning. I love that. I'm here for it every week. And we start out with McKelty's gender reveal on a Zoom call. But before we get to that, y'all, thank you for all the subscribers, for all the comments and likes and everything. You guys are amazing. You are wonderful. Our fam, you are the best. Thank you so much. We have reached our 100 subscribers before Thanksgiving, so there will be a prize for someone. There is a question in the community section of our Facebook page. Just go to our page, look at the top with the little tabs, click on community, and it will take you to all the places where you can interact with us. So definitely leave your comment there to enter yourself into the raffle for the prize. I hope all of you take the opportunity to win. So McKelty's gender reveal. We find out that she and Tony are having 2 boys, which is very
And
cute.
Kody had to make sure to tell him he's just as happy if it had been 2 girls. He had to make it known.
Well, because I'm pretty sure that the question to him from the producers was, you know,
Are you happier with boys than girls?
right, something like that. And Kody admits that he's nervous, paranoid, he's got anxiety about the Zoom call. Like, as much as I want to reach to the screen and punch Kody Brown right in his ugly face, I can't do that. And so what is he worried about?
Right? The moms love their kids more than they dislike him.
Right? And so, and none of the kids are going to ruin their sister's reveal by causing drama on a Zoom call.
No.
So they're just being paranoid and building drama in their heads for no reason because they have the
victim complex
from that they have all learned from Robin. Kody and the kids, their kids have.
And if there's no issue, then they're not victims anymore.
Exactly. And they can't play victim. Everything's like, poor me. They're being mean to me just because, like, whatever. And then Aurora and Brianna make another rare appearance. Brianna doesn't say a single word. She just stares straight ahead with this, like, pitiful, pathetic look on her face. And Aurora proceeds to stick up for her mom and say that she's always advocated for the relationships for the kids and the wives with Kody. And my point is, how do they freaking know?
It feels like the only people making an issue with all this is Robin and Kody and their kids.
Yeah.
They're the only ones who are having an issue with it. The rest of them are fine just coming to the Zoom call or just being around each other, just, support their family.
Yeah, like I understand if you're pissed at Kody and Robin for whatever reason, but the issue isn't with the older kids not talking to them. The issue is that they don't want to talk to the other kids because they're mad that they're supposedly being so mean and whatever to their mom. So, I mean,
right?
Other than Brianna occasionally talking to Gabe at school, they're the only ones that speak, it seems like.
I thought it was Aurora talking to Gabe.
Yes, I'm sorry, Aurora. I apologize.
Brianna and what was it?
Thank you for catching that.
Whose girl doesn't talk to Brianna at all anymore?
Gwen?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just all being ridiculous. It's like if the kids would just sit down and like
it's like Robin's kids have to make a stance that they're the ones who are being mistreated and all this stuff.
If they don't want us around and whatever. Well, dudes, you're not making it easy.
Also, the fact that honestly, if you remove the fact that he spends all the time at their house with Robin and everything,
yeah,
it'd probably just be a sibling thing. Like, not all siblings are going to get along. Not all siblings are going to hang out with each other. Especially since they just popped in, like, when they're, like, 8 or 9 years old. And if they come in and they start hearing, like, oh, they're avoiding on purpose.
The whole issue is that Kody and Robin don't want their kids around the other ones.
Well, yeah,
and so that attitude is rubbed off on the kids. And so now they don't want anything to do with them because they're excluding them. even though they won't have anything to do with them.
So they're excluding themselves, but
Yes.
claiming,
Victimhood.
yeah,
Absolutely. 100% you nailed it.
self-sabotage.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you. Oh, boo, you win the episode right there. Self-sabotage. Good one. And then Tony and McKelty make a big deal about how they want everyone to be together and get along and yada yada.
They don't want their moms to get back together with Cody. They just want to be able to be a family.
Yeah, like have get-togethers and whatever, and everybody kind of like be civil.
Yeah, just getting along, but not, together.
Well, coming from the person who plays both sides the most, McKelty is the last one to talk. She plays her mom like a fiddle. She plays Cody and Robin like a fiddle because it's financially benefit to her. I read online that like, and again, this may be complete speculation. I'm not sure that like Cody has given her and Tony thousands of dollars when they were getting started and had the babies and everything, whatever. And I'm sure Christine helps her kids as much as she can financially.
They can afford thousands of dollars of the Christmas village. They can afford $1,000 for their grandkid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So she like wasn't as close, supposedly to each side.
Yeah.
She wouldn't get as many benefits, and there's more to be had right now because Cody's not talking to like 85% of his children.
He's not buying them gifts or whatever.
Exactly. Cody says that he and Robin will be together like this, hands put together like you're saying a prayer, pressed up against each other in a really this way.
Yeah.
And he says, you take both of us or none of us. Because he's like, everyone wants a relationship with me, but not Robin, and that's not how it's gonna happen. And I'm like, okay, great. Stick by your wife. That's wonderful. Your soulmate. You called her that.
Your children.
Exactly. Yep.
And he's acting like they are all like doing this out of, spite or whatever. They just want to be around their dad.
And they know for
Why does he get to be like, because like he's always with, he has to be around Robin, but they can't, but like her kids don't have to be around Christine and everyone.
right.
Right? Because it's only their moms and them being excluded from being around just with him. Just because Robin and her kids get to be around just with him all the time.
Yep.
But he won't take like, a few days just to like be around his, the rest of the family.
Yep.
He wonders why they all don't like him anymore.
All because Robin doesn't feel safe. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Just because people get loud and rowdy and they get heated in an argument,
Right.
okay, especially something as personal as this, does not mean that they're attacking you. It does not mean that they're going to physically hurt anyone. But like me personally, whenever you know me, when I get riled up about anything, either good or bad,
Yeah.
I get excited. I get loud. My volume goes up. It's just natural for me. It's not like
And also,
I'm getting aggressive. I'm
Also-
just getting like excited.
they were mad at their dad, honestly. And the only reason why they started getting directed again toward Robin is when she was like trying to, this is definitely an issue between them and
She
their
needs
dad.
to butt out.
Yeah, this is an issue between them
Stop
and their dad.
interjecting.
Well, Robin is obviously, just monopolizing him. It's his decision. It's Cody's decision to do that. He has been purposely taking
Yes.
Robin the kids.
Here's my thing. The kids are treating Robin like dumb women who get cheated on. They're blaming the woman
Right?
instead of the man
Who made the decision to do it?
who is the central figure and everything. He's the one that connects everyone.
Right?
Okay. They're blaming the other woman instead of the guy who is at fault. He's the one. He found his soulmate. Great. Good for him. He knows he doesn't want to get a wife. Great. Good for him. He went about it the wrong way.
Right?
And that's why the kids are pissed. But whatever. But they are blaming Robin when the fault lies 100% with Cody.
Actually, according to their religion about how he needs to be equal to everyone, he is. I honestly believe it's technically cheating for their religion. The fact that he has taken a favoritism toward Robin and basically has the other wives.
Yeah, if they were in the church, him treating his wives that way would not be allowed. It's not acceptable.
You would get like, and that's why I said they haven't found their own church here. It's because of how you treat your other wives.
Well, in last episode, he said something about,
and the fact that they had a big emphasis on children.
yeah.
The fact that he's treating all his children, especially his blood related ones. I'm just saying this as the church perspective. He would absolutely get like so much backlash, and I honestly believe that's the reason why they haven't really found a church yet.
Well, and he said last episode that they haven't had a church and all that stuff, but I don't see
then be able to go
One
back
time
to
he
that.
couldn't hold his head up in church, or couldn't show his face at church or something. And I was like, well, maybe it's because of how awful you treated your wives.
Right? And people see it.
Like you think that you can't hold it up now because you've been left. But the issue was before they left.
Right?
You know, that was the reason they left.
I'm sorry, but my biggest like hard like relationship is over is cheating. I don't
Yes.
care. Like you don't just like accidentally sleep with somebody. You know, like, oh well, we tripped and I just went
You don't accidentally fall in love with somebody.
right, but and also you don't accidentally like have sex with people. It's not an accident. And like unless like again like if you're making that conscious and like, oh, I'm gonna sleep with this person even though I know I have a girlfriend, wife, whatever.
Yeah,
It's over. It's over.
I agree. And then we find out that Mary has been banned from all things McKelty and her kids. Um, okay. I'm going to say something. Some of you are going to agree because I've already checked out the internet, and some of you are going to disagree, and that's okay too. But I don't know what they claim Mary abused the kids. I know she yelled at them, she made them behave. I know that Christine and Janelle were very hands-off mothers. They kind of let their kids run rampant. And like they pointed out several times that like they would let the kids jump all over their furniture, ruin things. You know, that's why their furniture had to be replaced all the time because it was constantly getting ruined.
Yeah.
Whereas Mary's home, she only had one daughter, and things were much calmer there, and she had different standards for her home. And with her home was basically the midway between Christine and Janelle's, where most of the kids were.
Yeah.
And so Mary eventually got sick of them running through her house, being loud, making noise, you know, or making messes, things like that,
Yeah.
and wanting to be rowdy in her house. And that's not the way she wants in her home. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And Janelle made it sound like a big honking deal that the kids had to go outside, down the steps, and back up the front steps to Christine's house. And I'm like, well, so what? So what?
Right?
It's her house. If you lived in an apartment complex, it would be the same thing. You don't go through your neighbors' houses. It doesn't matter that you're family. If we lived in a house that big and we all lived together before you came into my part of the, like my bedroom, my suite, whatever, you better fucking knock. You
Right.
don't be running through my house.
And you can't say that some of the kids didn't appreciate the calmness in Mary's area.
They did, and that was Mary's house was where the younger girls especially get to get away from all the boys and be chill.
Right? So like I don't know what happened. And we don't know what happened, but
I don't believe that spanking necessarily is abuse. Every once in a while, not often, it's a last resort kind of thing, but occasionally spankings are the last resort, you know?
like me and Mallow got spanked, but it's always like whenever everything was,
Tried everything else and nothing worked. And like I would send you to your room to quote think about what you had done, and I would sit in my room and cry because I felt like a monster for spanking you even a little bit.
yeah.
And it's not like I never left marks on you. There were no bruises. I didn't like wail on you with items. I just used my hand and I spanked your butt through your clothes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like,
So
to me,
honestly, we don't know what the extent of it is, but either way, McKelty refuses to allow her kids near Mary.
and I think that's bullshit.
And I honestly think I know. So also, I feel like she would have the same for Kody and Robin if they didn't give so much relationship and Tony wasn't so close to Robin.
I agree, 100%.
But Mary doesn't give much to them, so they don't need to,
Yeah, they don't need to keep her around because she's not going to donate to them all the time.
right?
So she was decided to go traveling that weekend to her B&B and just checking in on the renovations for her clothing boutique up there. And, you know, I think you could tell, I think she was sad. She knew the rest of the family was doing something fun together and she was the only one excluded. And I just think that's just so fucking mean-spirited. And we find out that her and Kody's anniversary, their 32nd anniversary, was a couple of months ago. And that's when they went out on their little drive and he told her that he had no desire to have a relationship with her. And my question is, if McKelty and Tony are so close to Robin, and Robin says that she's the one who advocates for the relationships in the family. Why hasn't she done anything in all these years to improve McKelty and Mary's relationship?
Because if Mary's all alone, it's just Robin tethering to her. She is just that's all she need. Robin and her kids and Cody.
Yeah, and it drives me crazy because they say that Mary was so abusive, but yet Isabel and Gwen were there all the time when they were little. In fact, Isabel lived with Mary for a time. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because her and her mother didn't get along. So, I mean, it's not like, where is this sudden fear coming from?
So if you notice, Mary was getting really bold whenever she was allowed to be more around Jen and her husband, and actually had an outside support group.
Yes,
When she got like outside support that wasn't stuck within the family, she started doing better
exactly.
for herself. And I also think like, and even Christine and Janelle had actually talked about Christine about finally having friends outside, like having friends basically, be open.
Yeah, and Robin said that she wishes that she could be that
And that's
easy, but
it's really unhealthy. It is all big reason probably that it didn't work out because none of them, if
she
they,
was completely isolated.
and none of them could really talk to each other because then they're all competing for Cody's affection or just time,
And then some of them turn around and tell Cody.
right?
So, okay, next we have Isabel with her mom, Christine, in Utah, and she's leaving after her summer break. And she says she might move to Utah to be with everybody someday. Bless you. Um, and Tony, is really nosy about Christine dating. He's always asking her about her dating life and stuff. But she says she's not in a big hurry because she's enjoying being single. She's enjoying just doing what she wants.
I wonder if him and Robin talk about it.
Talk about what?
Christine's dating life.
Well, considering that it was in all like the tabloids and stuff from the moment she started being single, I mean,
Well, also because Robin believes that once you have like sex outside with someone else outside the marriage, you're basically divorced.
right.
So I think she's like, you know,
Well, and the other wives laughed about that. They're like, I never heard that.
but again, that's what Robin believes.
Yeah.
So obviously she'd be like, is she dating somebody? Is this happening?
So then Janelle and Christine, they're on a road trip to go to Christine's brother's house. And Janelle says that the spiritual marriage is very important, but it's not to Christine, because she doesn't have the faith anymore. So Janelle's big issue with leaving is the religious part of it.
Well, we've talked about this before, too.
Yes. And well, I'm just recapping quickly.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't have, Christine doesn't care. She's like, I'm divorced because I say I am. We're not legally married. I don't have the faith anymore. So boop, I'm done. So Janelle has a lot more to figure out with that.
Well, also because the financial stuff, because I think they mentioned, Mike skipping ahead, they're talking about it would be much easier if it was a legal marriage because then they could actually
To get divorced. Yes, that's all part come up later, but
Yeah.
yes. And Christine, when she's talking to Janelle, she always skirts around and like teases the topic of Janelle leaving Cody. And she does it in a very delicate way, so it doesn't seem like she's trying to encourage her to leave,
right.
but she is. And
She wants to be supportive, but also she's like,
she really wants her to leave.
yeah.
So that I don't know why, but I guess she doesn't want to be the only one single.
Well, also
I don't know.
because she knows how badly Cody has treated Janelle, and Janelle's kids, her boys, are the ones who also like he treats you like crap. So it's kind of like a friend who knows your boyfriend sucks, but if you talk too much about it, they get defensive. So you're like being kind of chill with it,
Yeah, just gently saying, hey, you could do this to work for him.
right? Like you can totally move in if you break up or something.
And Cody straight up says he doesn't feel like a polygamist anymore and he has a special life with Robin.
But Robin wants the polygamy.
Well, yeah, she don't want to deal with his ass 24/7. He's moody. He's angry.
But
he's
oh yeah, she's been dealing with him alone for like years, basically.
yeah, and she's like, this isn't what I
And
wanted.
now she's desperate for any of
I
them to go
really
on.
wanted you to have to go away sometimes.
Right.
So Cody and his friend Brian, they're in business together. At least they were at one point selling guns and accessories at gun shows.
Well, now she's selling like 2 cars to him.
And now his friend Brian, I know he has a little car lot. So Kody sold him his white convertible from way back in season 1, and the truck, I think was his brother's truck. And the one that they bought basically so that Janelle could move her trailer.
Yeah.
And they're using a little like almost like a
It's like a little
like a U-Haul
yeah,
thing.
yeah, tiny
So, like
U-Haul.
the small one. And they're using it to move the car. So they're gonna tow the truck and they're gonna put the car inside the truck. Did they get this from Plathville? Because in Plathville, they just tried to do this. They did the same thing. They put one car inside the moving truck and then towed the other one. So it's like everybody's doing the same thing with this moving.
But it doesn't fit.
Yeah, because they didn't measure the length of the trailer, only the width. And the width, it gave him like a half an inch on each side. So he was really brave on that one. But this is a moronic, stupid, typical Kody Brown nonsense.
And he even
They
said,
don't take the time to do it right.
and he said himself that he's always been trying to fit square pegs into round holes.
And he also said he's constantly trying to force things to fit instead of checking to see if it fits. And that is a great.
He's actually being thoughtful about what he's.
And he knows that he's done it his whole life, like with his wives and everything. He's trying to make it fit, instead of letting it fit or seeing if it fits.
Basically, Robin is the round peg that fit, and it's slamming the other wives like square.
Why aren't you Robin? Robin fits. Why aren't you Robin?
Why don't you guys fit? Robin fits.
Exactly.
But they're not round pegs. They aren't. They're not the same people.
I agree 100%. And so they're on their little road trip. We find out that Janelle and Kody have been separated for 10 months. And Savannah hasn't heard from Kody in the last month. And this was after the whole thing where he came over to see the apartment and all that stuff. So I guess it's been a month since he last saw her. And Janelle says she's not looking at all for another relationship or whatever. And she's definitely not interested in online dating, which being a high profile person, I can see where that would be scary because again, they've all been experiencing that catfish with Mary.
Yeah.
And she's waiting until she knows what to do. Because she knew with Kody that it was the right thing to do when they got married, and so did Christine. And Christine knew it was the right thing to do to leave. And Janelle's just waiting for that certainty before she does. And Janelle said she had a very strong, quote, spiritual connection to Kody, and that their marriage and their relationship was not a mistake. And Christine agrees. She has no regrets, but she wouldn't do it again now.
Right. But you should want our kids, but not like him.
Yeah, exactly. And they say about a lot of their traditions, like Friday night dinner, which is all in the book, all covered in the probably the very first few episodes of the Sister Wife series that you're listening to. Episodes 1 through however many are chapters of the book.
Yeah.
So they had Friday night dinners, they had Saturday family activities.
And
all kinds
Robin perked it up.
No, and then it all stopped when Robin came into the family.
Yeah.
Because she had different ones, and of course, instead of kind of trying to
blend it all together.
Instead of fitting into the family, she made it fit around her.
She basically added an extra block instead of trying to fit with the other blocks.
Exactly. The family time basically stopped. And Janelle said he found his soulmate and he quit trying, and she doesn't want him back, but she's not ready to leave.
Yeah. And
I understand that.
She's ready to leave physically, but not spiritually.
Thank you. Perfect. Again, you win. You win the episode. Good job. And Christine said she's grateful for Janelle's support in her leaving, because she was basically the only one that was still supporting her and talking to her and being there for her. And it really pisses me off the way they treat Mary. I want to do a whole episode of just about Mary and the misinformation about her and what we actually do know, because there's so many people out there that's basically just calling her a child abuser, and that's not the situation. Again, if Mary had abused one of their children in Vegas or Utah or wherever, why would she let Isabel move in with her?
Why would they even let the other children go to her house?
Right. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Something that happened recently. That's what
I honestly think it was the catfishing that had them all squaring in on her.
Well, but it was okay. Off topic a little bit. Whenever Mary started her LuLaRoe business in Vegas,
Yeah.
Okay. She needed help because she had so many orders that she couldn't keep up. So she hired Maddie to work for her
Yeah.
and would help with like packing and shipping and things like that. Something happened and they had a falling out. And that's when Maddie went online and made a bunch of posts about um supposedly just in general, but everyone knew that she was referring to Mary. And eventually she ended up deleting the post and whatever, but of course once it's out there people have it. And so everyone just assumed from there because she called her a monster or something. Come on now, let's be real. Just because someone yells at you, puts you in your place, tells you to behave, and has rules that you need to follow or there are consequences,
Also,
doesn't make someone an abusive monster.
a falling out in a business, especially with family, can be a little messy. And she was like, what? Like in her early adulthood?
Yeah, maybe 19 or 20.
And she probably, again, like
Immature.
she probably made the post out of anger, as like, especially like, she was probably,
Yep.
because like, again,
And that's why she deleted it.
it was Mary's business. So like, she knows she wasn't actually getting to keep whatever part of it.
Mm-hmm. So that's a little background for you guys in case you didn't know. Then we are with Janelle and Christine in Idaho at Christine's brother's house, and they're riding ATVs.
Janelle's a great time.
Janelle has a wonderful time. She had never done it before. She was a little nervous, but she did it. And they were talking about the early years when the kids were little and they were doing whatever. Y'all, before you believe everything they're telling you, you need to either read the book, listen to someone else's podcast, listen to us covering the book on this podcast, whatever you need to do. Get the information about the early years straight from the horse's mouth. And it'll blow your freaking mind the way they talk about stuff. And then Janelle says she's making them all legal, so that they should make all the marriages legal so that women have a way to get what they're owed in a divorce, whether it's child support or alimony or splitting assets, all that stuff.
Because right now Janelle's having a hard time splitting up her financials with like the land and stuff.
Yes.
Like her and KODY are pretty much connected in all the financials. So she can't really just leave.
Exactly.
Even if she was spiritually done.
Because she's not going to leave without her piece of the pie.
Because
she's not Christine. She's not just going to walk away from it all just to get away.
Yeah. She's smart about it.
Exactly. And Mary thinks that they'll all get an equal share of Coyote Pass, regardless of if they're together or not. And I'm like, oh, Mary. Sweet, silly, rose-colored glasses, Mary.
No.
You give your ex-husband too much credit.
Right.
They will take it all. They will take everything they can get because they think it's what they're owed.
Right.
And I'm just going to say it again. I know I said it before.
I mean,
the reason he wants to split Coyote Pass into 5 parcels is because when he and Robin have 5 children, those parcels are going to be worth millions of dollars. Okay? Remember, KODY even said in this episode, or no, I'm sorry, it was episode for season 14. You guys need to rewatch season 14, and this shit will just blow your mind. I'm telling you, that his realtor said, even if you buy the land and don't do anything, you're going to be rich. And if you build houses on them, never move in, you'll be rich. So he's looking for a way to bankroll down the road. I'm just saying. That's my opinion.
You already said that he's just going to put her in like the upper storage of his like shed.
Right. Put her out in the garage.
Do you think that he's going to allow you to have your share of the land?
Right. Come on, Mary. I love you, girl, but you gotta open up them eyeballs. He is not gonna do you right.
He's not.
And Janelle at the end says she is trying to untangle her assets from KODY and Robin because KODY's name is on every single parcel of that land. Every one.
Rude.
Yeah. All right, you guys. That was season 18 episode. What was it? 12? 13. Yeah. It's crazy. These guys are rewriting history and just doing all kinds of nonsense, and it drives me a little bit nuts. I want to sit down with them and be like, look, be honest. We all know it. We all saw it. We've read the book. You can't hide it from us. And just and the tell all at the end of the season had better be with every one of them sitting on the couch together.
I want all the kids there. I want the wives.
Their neighbors. I want a male interviewer who is not going to back down and will make them answer the hard questions, or actually ask them the hard questions to begin with.
Right.
Because guess what, TLC? You are bankrolling this shit. You're writing the checks. You need to make the rules. Give us some fucking legit, real answers, honest responses from these people,
Right.
because we're sick of their regurgitated BS.
Right.
You're showing us stuff that happened 2 years ago. Enough is enough. Let's get real. TLC, you need to step up and do right.
And they keep like stalling, showing Mary leaving.
Yeah, because they have to draw it out, because that's how you get them back next season. That's why all this stuff is actually like starting to like build up steam towards the end of the season here.
Right.
Because they're gonna leave it again, like they did with Christine leaving, and then leave us hanging for the next 6 months.
True.
So that's how they wanna. That's how they get you to come back. They hook you and then they yank you.
Right.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any comments, questions, more insights, things that maybe I got wrong, I'm okay with that. Let me know. But I'm kind of feeling a little bit delicate these days, guys. So if you're coming for me, please come in a nice way, because I'm not opposed to being wrong. Just don't come after me in a mean way, because like I will legit cry, because I'm just going through some stuff right now. So if you guys are going through stuff too, we're here for you. Let us know. I believe in the power of prayer. Just say prayers, please, in the comments or something. Message me. I will happily add you to my prayers, because I don't think it hurts anyone to have a little extra help from friends, in my opinion. And whether you believe in prayer or not, I think that putting any kind of good thoughts and feelings out into the universe is a good thing, because you get back what you give. In my opinion, you put out negativity, you get negativity back. All right, guys, until next time, please wear your seatbelt. Please use a turn signal. Please spay and neuter your pets. And please, especially this holiday season coming up, people are going through it. Be kind. Give someone a smile, or hold a door. Just do something kind to someone else today if you can, because you just never know if that's the thing that helps that person survive the day. All right? All right, guys. Have a great week. I hope to talk to you soon. Until next time, bye.